Thank you for joining our webinar to learn more about Building Managers International Tampa Bay Pinellas chapter. My name is Carrie Barnes and I am the chapter administrator. I'm also the co-creator of this Tampa chapter. Building Managers International is a nonprofit networking organization established to support community manager education. Building Managers International was actually incorporated in 1971 by a licensed community association manager. The Tampa chapter was formed in 2017 by myself and a few others. At the time, I was a marketing representative for a service providing company and saw that a huge need for a networking organization in the area. All of our organization's activities are voted on by our board of directors. This board consists of 3 actively licensed community association managers and 2 associate vendor members. Our current board of directors are Benita Vandell of Vanguard Management is our president. Bobby Turnbow of Condominium Associates is our vice president. Charles Kanath of B+C Community Management is our secretary treasurer. And our other directors are Robert Mitchell of Mitchell Insurance Services and Nikki Asmer of Appleton Reese. Building Managers International was started for the purpose of supporting managers' continuing education in regards to their licensing requirement, but it's also been extended out to education with our service providers and the different projects and the steps that they take during these projects. So I would say that we are relied upon heavily from different managers to actually be a base for their education and also to connect them with the service providers that work solely with community associations. Our website is bmitampa.org. And you can feel free to go there and browse it once we're done with this webinar. We do have a lot of information on there. And if at any point in time you'd like to call me, I'll navigate you through our website. I'd be glad to do that as well. So who are the members of Tampa Bay Pinellas? Well, it's managers of deed-restricted communities and their servicing vendors. Our social media links. We are very active on social media. We find that we are reaching many more people on a daily basis by staying active on social media. And right now, especially through the pandemic, it is almost like the sole survivor for many companies. So these are the ways to go into each of these platforms, and you can search under these names that we have listed beside them to find us. So our education offerings. I would say 95% of the time we are presenting a luncheon. We've found that luncheons are more well attended than after hours style events at BMI or in this area. Usually they're accredited with the DBPR approved course, but not all the time, because every now and then we'll have like a special luncheon. Or for example, right now we're coming at the end of September. This is the license renewal time for the managers. They're sick and tired of CEs at this point. So we're probably going to do some panel discussions and some different things for the remainder of the year that may not be CE classes. We do try to rotate so that our managers can obtain the proper type of credits required within the 2-year time period. The manager's license require legal, insurance, financial management, physical property, and human resources, and elective. There's 5 different types of credits, and they have to have so many of each. And so we do our best to make sure that within that 2-year period, we're offering all of those, and we're offering several different options of all of those, so that within a 2-year time period, just by coming to BMI events, they'll be able to fulfill the requirements. We do our best not to repeat anything during the 2-year license term. And when I say repeat, I mean our CE courses. Because if a manager takes a CE course in 1 year and then the next year they take the same course, they cannot get double credits for it on their license renewal. So we have to keep those changing and ever changing, and people don't want to see the same thing over and over again. We did start some webinar offerings in 2020. In fact, we did find that in August and September, it was the best way for us to offer our managers to get their continuing education since there weren't any live events offering these. So that was a little different for us. We offered several of them. They're all, I think almost all of them were recorded and then placed on our website. Some of them you can find them on our YouTube page or our website page under education. So I will say that in 2021, we are going to continue our webinar offerings because there may be managers that have projects coming up, and we're going to have our associates do just kind of educational process style webinars on different types of services that they provide so that they can walk the managers and the board through what to expect when they're working on a certain type of project. So I can see that we're going to have several of those, and we're going to be utilizing mostly our chapter sponsors to provide them. But if you have a specialty product, you can also reach out to us and we'll talk about that as well. One of the big things this year is rolling out grants for the managers, which we have not done in the past, and I'll speak on more of that in the future here. So our activities include member luncheons. We have quarterly managers only luncheons, annual management company visits. We have an annual bash each year. We've added the webinar offerings this year, and in 2021 we're going to have our first CAMY awards. Our member luncheons, they're always on the third Tuesday of every month, other than the months that have a holiday that may conflict with the third Tuesday. I've learned that in February, President's Day kind of messes up the attendance, so we're moving that to the fourth Tuesday of the month. And then usually in November and December, we usually have to move those dates around because of Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's always in the Tampa area, which is what we try to stay within the West Shore area since it's easier to access. And we usually offer a CE course, like I said before, for the managers. 95% of the time we're doing CE courses at these luncheons. Our service provider members attend for a fee of $50. So when you become a service provider member, you pay your annual membership fees, and as you go and attend these different events, you would pay to attend the different monthly events. Our membership luncheons are always complimentary for our managers. We never charge the managers to come to anything, regardless of whether or not they're a member of BMI or not. The other type of luncheon we do is a managers only, and these are quarterly luncheons that are done in Pinellas County. So this is how we mix it up. We found that managers only luncheons are best done on a quarterly format, and when we offer these in Pinellas County, we only allow our sponsoring vendor associates and those that are presenting actual course to attend these. So these are not open like our member lunches are open to other vendor associates. We also allow our associate members to offer the continuing education, and this goes towards our members luncheons as well. Our education courses are probably, I don't think there's any that aren't provided by our associate members. So when you become an associate vendor, if you have a CE course, contact me and I'll go over the criteria for presenting at BMI. And we always have, as said before, complimentary attendance for managers thanks to our sponsors. So our annual bash is always in November, and it is probably the most well-attended event, and it's because we include games and prizes, and we try to, I think last year we served some wine and, well, no, I think we served just regular alcohol. We had an open bar. And our associate sponsors co-host the games and activities, so everybody's involved in interacting with the managers, come up and play games with them, and everybody's watching, and we all laugh, and it's a really good time. So our webinar offerings, I kind of touched on this already, but just to kind of go through a quick thing of this. The webinar offerings going into 2020 will be for board member education and managers who are trying to learn on a specific type of topic in regards to the process of a project. So we don't normally have board members attend. When I say board members of community associations, we don't normally have them attend our luncheons. So we've decided that this is a great way to reach out to them. Just wanted to make sure you guys saw the link here. When you do go back to our website, and if you are navigating through to check us out, go to the education section so that you can see the different webinars that we have done in the past and how we've recorded them and the information that we've put there. So management companies visits. We do a few of these a year. Normally we're bringing in some type of food. There's one event we do that's kind of a surprise event for the management companies, and then there are some that we'll do that are actually we need to be invited to attend to come in. But it's just a different way for us to get everybody together, stop by the management office, and not just say hello and thank you to the managers, but also their staff as well. As previously stated, in 2021, we're going to have the CAM scholarships. Those are going to be pre-licensing CAM courses and also the PCAM course, which is the highest you can receive as an association manager. I think the PCAM course gets pretty expensive. It's very time consuming. And then also the pre-licensing, somebody young coming in and wanting to get into the management world of associations, we're able to help them out. We do have criteria for being able to apply for these and qualify for them. We'll be posting those in 2021. As I said, cocktail attire at our CAMY Awards in November. It's going to be a nice event. It will be a dinner. It's not going to be a daytime event, and it should be very well attended because we are going to be marketing it very heavily, and we do think that there will be many managers coming and management firms involved because of the recognition that we're going to be providing for them. But we're also going to be incorporating our associate service providers in the recognition process because you guys are going to help us do a couple of things. So stay tuned for that. We have picked a location. It's going to be at the Hilton Carillon, which is right off of I-275 near Howard Franklin, so that if managers are coming from the Tampa area, they can easily shoot over the Howard Franklin, and I think it's like the second exit, and it's really close to the exit too. You don't have to drive far off the exit to get to it. So, it's considering that it's an evening event and the managers will have to plan to attend it. They may have to leave work early or something. This is going to allow them that ease of getting there and maybe getting there before traffic. We're going to be recognizing not just individual managers, but management firms. We're going to have a community of the year, and we're also going to be recognizing our associates for different things. Our annual membership fees are $150, and the membership runs July to July. So if you're going to join now in, what month are we in, October, we do not prorate the membership. If you decide to wait until December or January to join, we do prorate the membership fees at that time. I will tell you that if you're looking to get involved with BMI and you want to be heavily involved next year to get a good bit of exposure, you may want to join now, just because now is when we start rolling out our chapter sponsor offerings. We're scheduling our budget for next year. We're setting up our continuing education. So this is when we reach out to our service providers and say, hey, do you want to lock in your courses for next year? So if you're not a member now, you may miss out on 2021 offerings and only be able to just attend as an associate next year or a sponsor of a la carte events. So how do you stand out at BMI? Well, this is easy. We do look at our associate sponsors differently than most organizations do, because I myself come from that field and I know what it's like to spend a lot of money with an organization and then go to the events or show up at an event that you're sponsoring and just be totally disappointed and feel like your money was just wasted. We are careful to make sure that our chapter sponsors are very well taken care of. In fact, I've been told by several associates this year that we're really the only chapter that through COVID has continued to do things on a digital platform or just change up things to recognize our chapter sponsors, whereas other organizations have just said, well, it is what it is. So I appreciate that they've let me know that, because we really did. We bolted down. We shut down our offices from March to June. I came back part-time in June, and then in July, we really just started out the gate. And in July, August, September, we were offering those digital webinars. We were doing tons of social media stuff that was just above and beyond. We were offering different items. Our CAM Central, which is our publication that we put out 6 times a year, we were only able to do that on a digital format for that time that we were shut down. So what we did was we added more advertisements for our chapter sponsors in those and just did what we could to make them stand out as much as possible. being a chapter sponsor can be expensive and not every company can afford it. So if you're not wanting to do that, especially this being your first year, you may want to test the water a little bit. You can come into BMI, join it, attend a few events, and if you decide to sponsor one event down the road, you can sponsor it. And even if there's one that you want to do that maybe you're not able to do, I'll work with you to find another one that's similar to it that we can put you on. Again, if your service is different than somebody that's a chapter sponsor that is doing our education webinars for 2021, and you do something that's really stand out and different, which there's several of you guys, of our members that I have in my head right now that I know do, you can create a webinar and we'll post it on our website. We'll keep it on our education section. We'll also promote it on social media for you. Because when it comes to that, it's all about the manager's education. Again, as a service provider, you're going to attend as you go. So you don't have to join BMI and put a ton of money up front. You can pretty much just decide when to spend. And you're going to spend as you go as far as whether you're going to sponsor an event or you're just going to go as an attendee. But as usual, with everything else we do, the managers never pay, and the managers are not required to be members of BMI to come to an event. But I do want to make one thing clear. Managers have to be a member to qualify, or their management company has to be a member to qualify for any of our scholarships or our CAMY awards. So that's the key difference. Right now, these are a few of the dates that we have for the rest of the year. We weren't really sure of how the rest of the year was going to turn out. We did have a luncheon in September, a live luncheon, and we had a decent turnout. We actually didn't have many people that canceled last minute. This luncheon was actually, I think it was the people that just said, gosh, I'm just ready to get out and talk to some different people. That was fun, and we do plan to do it again on October 15th and October 20th. Those are our next upcoming ones, and again in November and December, as you'll see there. I will tell you that as of the recording of this video, our October events are the only ones that are on the website for registration and open to registration. The others have not been placed there yet. So again, here's our website address. You can always check us out. If you go to our About Us, which you can find our contact section and get my information to contact me. But if you want to do it the easy way, you could just jot it down right now from this information. This is my cell phone, and unless I am at an event prepping for it, I answer my cell phone. I'm pretty much on call all the time, but do ask you guys to be courteous of our office hours, which are 9 to 5. TampaBMI@gmail is the email address to reach us. And that's it, guys. I really appreciate you attending this, and if you have any questions or anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. That is what I am here for. If you have an idea for us to do with our chapter, call me. We've got committees where people can get involved, and we currently have a CAMY Awards committee that is working on the planning of that award ceremony. So if you guys want to get involved with BMI, maybe you don't have the money to put in to sponsor a lot of events, but you want to be involved, I would say volunteering is your best bet, because you know what? I have been there. I've been with a company that wasn't able to sponsor a lot, but I just got involved and stayed involved, and I really met a lot of people that way, and it actually did so much for the money that we invested in being a member. You'd be surprised at the difference. I meet with a lot of people, and I've heard different people talk about the different organizations, and here's the thing, guys. If you don't come to these events, if you're not showing up, when you get ready to look at whether or not you want to continue membership with our organization, you got to look at how much you've put into it, because you can put the money there, but that doesn't automatically mean that you're going to receive the benefits. You do need to show up to these events and interact and let people learn your face, see you, get to know you, and feel comfortable with you in order to start building that relationship. We're all about helping you guys build friendships with the managers, and what's going to happen when you build a friendship, who you're going to do business with, you're going to do business with your friends. So again, thank you very much for attending, and I look forward to speaking with you guys individually later on. Thank you.